Welcome to CRM Experts in Their Own Words. I'm Chris Buckles, Editor-in-Chief of Forecasting Clouds. With me is Larry Augustin, CEO of CRM, and we're at SugarCon, where some very interesting announcements have been made in the last 24 hours. First of all, Larry, tell me about the IBM announcement and your company's partnership with Big
Sure,
Blue.
Chris, thanks. First of all, thanks for taking the time here. Great show. So a couple of things that we're announcing with IBM. There's actually a whole set of things that we're now doing in partnership with IBM. We've announced going GA in the new spring release of SugarCRM integration with Lotus Live, IBM's online collaboration service. So that integration is built right into the product. You can schedule meetings, do web meetings, calendaring, share documents, all from right within Lotus Live. So we have that. We're also announcing integration with Cast Iron, so you can use Cast Iron integration with SugarCRM to connect to a variety of data services. Cognos for business intelligence, so Cognos now connects to Sugar, and you can do BI and build reports, etc., coming out of Cognos on Sugar. We also announced here the acquisition of a set of technologies around Lotus. So we now have the ability to integrate with Lotus Notes on the client side and with Domino on the server side. Mm-hmm. So a whole set of projects that we have built now around IBM, and we think it's a great relationship, and we're really looking forward to going to market with IBM around these products.
Well, it's really fascinating from an observer's point of view, because I think partnering with IBM suddenly vaults you into a totally new profile within the market with a whole new set of users who may never have thought of SugarCRM as a potential solution for their companies.
Yes, well, obviously IBM is a large company, very significant presence in the IT space. We're very excited that we've been able to work with them, and one of the things we've really seen in the past several months is a lot of customers, in particular with Notes integration, looking to connect with Sugar. We see it in particular in Europe. It shows up a lot there, so we're pretty excited to have that integration now with the product.
Another great thing that I saw in part of my time at the Analyst Day yesterday and today at the kickoff was the emphasis on mobile. It really seems like you guys have finally sort of been the first, perhaps, to really pick up the baton and start running with it in terms of making mobile just a key part of the
offering. Yeah. With this release, the spring release of Sugar 6, we've really hit mobile hard. Now with mobile, we've got all four of the key platforms covered. We have iPhone, iPad, BlackBerry, and Android. And not only do we have just mobile clients there, but we also have offline access from all four of those clients. So that means that if the connectivity doesn't work, and around here we joke, if you're on AT&T, of course, connectivity doesn't work often enough, right? But you're a mobile sales rep, you're traveling, you pull up the iPad, you want to make a change, you may not have connectivity there, it can sync up later. But now, as I said, Android, iPhone, iPad, and BlackBerry hitting all of those platforms, and during the talks this morning, we demoed iPad, we demoed BlackBerry, and sort of having that complete suite gives us complete mobile coverage, and obviously in the sales world, look, your field people, they're out in the field, they're out there traveling, and they're using these mobile devices. It's a requirement now.
It's interesting. It really changes the way you kind of frame the discussion in terms of how many users you have. You can't say seats anymore, because you may have somebody using Sugar in various instances, various devices, and that's one user, but a whole bunch of devices. And seats may just go out the window in terms of.
Well, a single user may now have multiple seats, as you will, multiple devices, mm-hmm. and that's true. I think you'll see that, and it's funny. We had a development sprint in our offices in the past week, since you mentioned this notion of seats and users. Mm-hmm. We had a development sprint in the office in the past week, and this is a way we collaborate with our partners. We bring in engineers from our partners. They sit side by side with Sugar engineers, and they work on advanced prototypes. They work on next rev of the product, key things there, and it's a way we really partner closely with our resellers and really advance the product. Well, leading to this discussion, one of the interesting things that happened there was we ran out of IP addresses on the wireless because the IT team looked and said, oh, no problem, we had about 50 people coming in. And they said, okay, 50, maybe that's 100 devices. Well, the average person had more than 2 devices.
Yeah.
Right? So they were looking at 50 people having 125 to 150 devices, right? Which is an interesting concept. We wouldn't normally think of that. Laptop, iPad or tablet, phone, and who knows what else kind of device, but there were that many devices for this set of people. It's really interesting.
Yeah, that's actually very, very interesting because it really illustrates the different ways people work these days.
Yes, yes. I think this is the 5th year.
Fifth year, right?
Fifth year of SugarCon. Fantastic show, and if you've had a chance to walk the show floor, you can probably see that it's very crowded out there. Mm-hmm. In fact, we sold out of exhibitor and booth space weeks ago, and we had a number of exhibitors that we had to turn away. We created sort of exhibit booths in odd places around the show floor just to give them some space. So the show growth has just been fantastic. The other thing that was a challenge for us is we had over 30 sessions that we wanted to put in the show that we ran out of room for. Mm-hmm. So we have a total of 9 tracks this year, and I kept Nick Halsey, who's our chief marketing officer. I said, Nick, add another track. We've got room. He says, we've got the speakers. There's things that people have to say, and his comment was, Larry, we're out of rooms. We don't have any place to put a track.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's pretty exciting to see the growth, and I'm just thrilled that you and everyone can come to the show.
Well, it seems like a natural because this show is different from other shows in that you don't come in here and get a full-in-your-face pitch about the vendor. Obviously, there's a lot of sugar messaging, but when you get to the sessions, it's much more about what can you do as a business to run your business better, use the technology more efficiently, and grow with the technology instead of let's give you every sugar engineer in the world giving their spiel about what they did the last year.
Well, we have worked, I think, very hard to make SugarCRM an extension of our philosophy around open. Mm-hmm. And frankly, I don't like it when there's too much sugar employee content because, well, I mean, to some extent there is that. And we run 2 parallel tracks called Sugar University. Mm-hmm. Where we're training people on sugar, and there's demand for that, right? But to the rest of the show, we do our best, and I really emphasize bringing in outside partners, outside vendors, outside speakers, because part of what people want here is they use sugar, but they want to know that there's other products that work there. They want to know that there's a whole ecosystem of solving business problems, and we're not the solution to everything.
Right.
And so it's very important that we're bringing in all these other solutions, all these other opportunities for our customers and for our partners to look at. And so we try and go very broad and very open with the show, much, much bigger than sugar. And I'm glad to see that we've at least been partially successful with that. So thank you for that, for seeing that.
Well, thank you for getting all these people in one place, because from my point of view, it's great to be able to talk to so many experts. And if you know who to look for, you're going to find just about everybody who is who, especially in certain fields like social CRM. Maybe it's a bad thing to gather them all in one place because when they all get together, strange things happen. But
well, we did a good job this year. Paul Greenberg, Esteban Kolsky. We had Doc Searles is doing the VRM work now, vendor mm-hmm. relationship management. I've been trying to get Doc here for a couple of years. I've known him for years, and we were able to make the scheduling happen this time. So that kind of industry interaction is extremely important to us, and we work hard to make it happen around the show.
Great. Well, this has been Larry Augustin, CEO of SugarCRM at SugarCon. I'm Chris Buckles. Thank you for watching.